Oops, wrong one. Hello, everybody. What's up? We are back. I know it's been a while, 30 minutes. So we are back today to react to JJK chapter 262 part 2. I don't know why in my head it was 263 part 2. Anyways, I'm so confused. I'm gonna change the thumbnail after this video, but I rewrote like the whole titles and stuff. But I'm super excited because it's been a while we didn't react to JJK, and I mean, I'm here with my lovely co-host, the Chestnut Tanuki. She has been an avid lover of Sukuna Kaisen, right?
Um, I mean, I absolutely hate Sukuna Kaisen. I actually think that this is the worst thing ever. But that's okay.
Uh, I want to thank everybody who's in the chat. What's up, Moro? What's up, the Kimis? Hello. It's time to glaze YUTA the goat. Okay, now she would love
Oh,
that. She would
let's
love that.
go.
But yeah, no, I'm super excited. Honestly, any prediction? Just
I mean, I feel like the last chapter, like, not very much happened.
mm,
So I feel like the chapter was obviously unfinished because he was sick, right? Like Gege was sick.
yeah.
I'm hoping that Yuta isn't dead. From this cover page. Hoping that he's in the body. I'm hoping he gets a couple good jabs off of Sukuna. Like Sukuna gotta be done right now, bro. I'm sick of the Sukuna fight. Take him out. Have him evolve into something else because this we gotta keep going, bro. We gotta move on. Bring back Kenjaku. Hashtag Kenjaku 2024 for new
Yo,
U.S. president.
facts. This is the first time we agree. Like, I need Kenjaku back because his closure was ass, bro.
Do you think like with Joe Biden, like all of a sudden Joe Biden wakes up, he has stitches, and it's like, I didn't realize you were capable of going this far, Kamala Harris.
This is hilarious, bro. I can't. This is actually hilarious, bro. The
I
Jujutsu
think I'm gonna
Kaisen
make
memes.
that. I think I'm
Yo,
gonna
do it.
make that.
Do it. Do it. The Jujutsu
I think
Kaisen
somebody
memes
made it
are.
with Barack Obama.
Oh, yeah. The Jujutsu Kaisen memes are going like are making it outside of the communities. Like, it's like this is the motion of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's crazy.
JJK is
Yo,
actually
just
so
saying.
peak. I just really, I'm not a Sukuna fan, so hope
Yeah.
praying on his downfall, just like Atlas, bro.
But yeah, so without further ado, I think we can get into it. Do you want to start or?
Yeah, let me start. So we have this cover page where we see Rika holding Yuta. His head is a little sawed off, but that's okay. He can recover. A little reverse curse technique, and he'll be fine. Don't look at me like that. But we get back into the battle, and we
Wait. Do
see.
you want to read the title?
Yeah. It's chapter 262, part 2. The decisive battle in the uninhabited, demon-infested Shinjuku. I feel like that's just the arc.
Yeah, you're right.
But it says Okotsu versus Sukuna rages on within their domains. Meanwhile, Rika embraces Okotsu's body. So then we
Wait.
get
What are
into
you reading? Oh,
there's like a little
I
thing on
thought
the
you were
bottom.
reading a panel. Never mind. Sorry.
But then finally I get to the panel.
Yeah.
The first one, and it says Infinity versus Amplification. The battle will be decided in these 3 minutes, and we see my glorious king's body, holding Sukuna. He's like blocking something, and Sukuna is like getting thrown down. Absolute W win. We see that Sukuna's body is just getting thrashed by my glorious king, Yuta. Absolutely W. Uh, Sukuna is like mewing this entire time. He's like on the
He
floor,
definitely
like,
is.
which good thing that Yuta follows up immediately with a drop kick, bro.
You
He's
honestly,
setting up.
Utah's like hand-to-hand combat got better this chapter, or am I tripping?
He just had to kind of get used to it. Let's be honest, bro.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
just
Get
got
used
into
to
another body.
yeah, but also, I think that he was saying the other chapter that like because the limbs of Gojo are so long, he's not used to it. I mean, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it's definitely a big change. But at the end we see Rika-chan isn't haunting this body. I can only use Limitless now. Looks like using Kenjaku's technique simultaneously is a no-go. Sukuna can't use that slash and bisect the world with his left arm gone. Aside from amplification, he shouldn't have any tricks left up to his sleeve to bypass infinity. So he can only use GOJO'S techniques now. So it's unlike Kenjaku, which makes sense. It's kind of the same thing where it's like if you aren't used to the technique, like Kenjaku has been building up his technique over eons, just like Sukuna. That's like when Itadori used the copy and paste. Remember when he was like cutting it like the scissors like in like a paint program? Like it's going to be less because they just got the technique. Where it's like these other techniques have been built up over centuries, so it makes a lot of sense. I've also should I read one more since the cover page really wasn't nothing?
Do 3 page. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And then we see Yuta go, I have the advantage. Watching my glorious king, my glorious blue-eyed, white-haired king.
You know what? It's a good thing you started because you're able to glaze him.
Oh my gosh, like his absolute perfection, bro. Although Sukuna just doesn't look impressed, bro. He's just like a question mark, and it says, I misjudged how far away he was. And then we see
Yo, isn't his face crazy here? Isn't Yutajo face weird here?
He actually looks like Yuta in this. You know what I mean? Like this doesn't look like Gojo. Like I actually think it's crazy how Gege is able to make like his face look like Yuta in this.
Yeah, honestly, like, talent, by the way, skills.
Like it's actually really cool. And then we see as Sukuna's getting wrapped up to fight, Gojo Yuta's over here, and he says, I had these same thoughts during the switch training. And it's your turn.
Is this his foot? Is this Sukuna's Is this Sukuna's foot?
Yeah,
What the fuck is this shit? Gege will never beat the allegation of him not being able to draw feet, bro. What the fuck is this monstrosity?
He's like pointing his toe, bro.
This is Bigfoot.
He's like pointing his toe. It's nasty.
Put the grippers away. Moro said that, and also Moro
put
said, like,
those grippers away. Sorry.
And also Moro said, like the stream. Yeah, thank you so much. Like the stream, guys. It really helps us a lot. But yeah, no, this is crazy. But yeah, anyways. So
I just don't understand why he loves drawing Sukuna's feet, bro. Like this is like foot fetish Kaisen.
For real. And then we see a close up of the feet actually. On Yuta's face, it says Gojo Sensei's limbs are so absurdly long. Which limbs are you talking about? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
We all know.
Limitless technique. I need to get a grip.
He goes face down, booty up, and all of a sudden Yuta's like, now is my chance to use his ultimate limb.
Oh my god.
The true essence of Jujutsu Kaisen is the homoerotic romance that we see between these characters.
Facts. Alright, so let's keep going, guys. From the outside, the Limitless technique seems flawless and all-powerful, and yet it's way more sensitive than I thought. A single round of switch training is nowhere near enough to master it. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, it's... I mean, you know, I've been hard on Yuta. It's hard to, like, get used to a new body and new techniques and everything. Like, it has been 2 minutes. So, I mean, I gotta cut him a bit some slack. You know, the agenda was too agendaing. And then we have Sukuna, who's, like, shook looking. And he said he misfired.
I think he was trying to use like purple, or he was trying to use like blue or red.
Yeah, exactly. And then he said, I finally get why you need the 6th eye to use this thing. Yeah. And then we have like a flashback of Gojo saying, it will be fine, I'm the strongest after all. I think this is a very like a very particular like flashback. Like, why are they showing this here? It's probably to give like Yuta confidence. Like, you are right now in that body, you need to have that mindset, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think it's actually the opposite. I think it's the fact that, because remember when I said like Gojo was always like a weapon, and it's like, are you Satoru Gojo because you're the strongest, or are you the strongest because you're Satoru Gojo? And I think it's this thing where Yuta is kind of saying like, I'm in this body, right? Like, I'm in this body with Gojo, but it's like, it's and the thing is like, it's weird because like he's like, the limbs are a lot longer. This isn't a technique that I'm used to. Like, even though I switched with him for a month, it just wasn't enough to be ordered to train with it. Like, that's why you need all these techniques. Like, Gojo truly mastered all of his techniques in such a short amount of time, which is why he's like,
That's true.
how confident did you have to be to say that? What did you have to
Oh,
train
okay.
and to
Wait, I
do?
didn't read the next
And
panel. Okay, yeah, yeah, because he said, just what did it take for you to say that so confidently? Okay, now it makes sense because right now he's like, you don't just say that, like, like that. You said it confidently because you actually you actually are this strong, because he's
it
now
was like,
noticing that, like, I am not able to do like 10% of what you were able to do with your body, you know.
mhm. But I
Hmm.
also think that there's a thing where it's like you kind of knew, like, you like these curse techniques are very difficult to use if unless you're like Kenjaku, right? Like Kenjaku is able to like perfectly use all of these techniques right off the bat, and it shows like just how crazy he is. Like I
But
would assume that even if you have this technique, like you need to train to use these. Just like how Yuji
it
can barely
yeah.
use his slashing technique because he barely uses it.
Yeah, and also I think that Kenjaku is the type of man who was also very hyper analyzing, like like the human that he was gonna get into and their technique. So that's why also, like, and also obviously he's used to his own curse technique, but Kenjaku is like top like two or one, like IQ in the whole series. So like it's expected of him. But Yuta, like, he's still a student, so like obviously he's gonna make mistakes here.
Well,
Um,
Yuta's a special grade. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he's
I
a
mean
special grade
obviously,
sorcerer.
but
He has this. I think the
yeah,
issue is that like when Yuta uses these abilities, he's in his body, so he's usually able to like copy them, right? My thing is,
yeah.
it's like what they probably should have done is figure out a way for Yuta to take, and because like the way that he can copy like certain techniques, right, is because like he has to like ingest something. Take a piece of my glorious, my glorious Gojo's booty, right? Like just take like a small piece out,
But the
have him
thing
eat
is, but
that,
the thing,
like
the problem is that we don't know the outcome of this. That's why he couldn't have just tested it, because he could die from it. That's why he couldn't. That's why he had to gamble.
no,
That's the
well,
problem.
like his like Yuta's regular technique is like copy. Remember, like he can like copy techniques that he've seen. Like why I
Oh,
wonder
you
why
mean?
he couldn't
Oh,
just
I
like
see. I
copy
see what you.
Gojo's.
Okay, 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 okay.
You know what I'm
I thought you
talking
were talking
about? Like
about.
first.
I thought you were talking about Kinjaku. Never
Oh no
mind.
no no
Never
no
mind.
yeah, not Kenjaku's,
Oh,
like
oh,
Gojo's
okay, okay,
technique.
okay,
And
okay,
my
okay.
thing is that like even if they switch back, then he could have used his technique in order to train it. But I
Yeah.
feel like Gojo's technique is just like crazy hard to master, right? Like he was the strongest because he worked
But
hard because he's
but
Gojo,
yeah, but also Peter here is saying he can't use Limitless well without the six eyes. So yeah,
which is
like there's
also
a
true.
lot. Yeah, there's a lot of like it's very hard. It's very hard to like be prepared for that type of scenario. I think he's doing honestly, I think he's doing the best he could with whatever he has. Um but yeah, let's keep going. So we have Sukuna, who's about to attack. Look like he has no clue how to handle such a troublesome technique. True. Sukuna says, "You think you have time to daydream?" And then he hits Yuta. Yuta like is pushed back.
Mhm.
I don't know. Is this my second page? Yeah,
Yeah.
second page. Okay, third page now. Back to Sukuna. Kinjaku told me Okatsu Yuta technique is copy. Copying a technique likely requires feeding the target's body of part of it to that banshee. He's talking
Mhm.
about Rika. Did she not come with the body swap? Can he even use his other copied abilities in that form? Even if he can, I have a good understanding of what he has in his arsenal. Right now, Limitless is amounting to nothing more than a side effect of Kenjaku's technique. I confirmed in his domain that he was unable to use multiple copied techniques simultaneously. Right now, Akutsu has no other cards beside Limitless. Honestly, you
Mhm.
gotta give it to Sukuna. He's so smart. He's able to assess things in the moment. Like, you can see the experience here. Like, Sukuna is just, he's just so smart, bro. That's my glorious king. Um, Now he's looking into the void, and here it says, how long can he maintain his copy technique? Will he be able to keep that form once Kenjaku's technique ends? What if he came into his fight assuming there would be no coming back? Now he's like now realizing that this is like
Yeah.
the consequences of what is happening, and he says in that case his next move would be. He's able to predict. Yo, Sukuna is here. He's five chests ahead, bro. He's future sighting this whole fight, bro.
Get him out of here, bro. Next thing better be Sukuna biting the curb 4K.
Oh, this is crazy. But yeah, your turn.
All
I
right,
think.
so we see Gojo saying, "Your curse energy is all over the place, Yuta. Has Kusabe-san not said anything about that?"
He
And
looks
then
disgust, by the way. He
I
looks
love I love
disgust.
I love him, bro. I love Gojo so much. And then we see it's like,
Ew.
he's pretty tough on you, huh, Yuta? It's kind of hurtful that he's only tough on you, actually. Salmon. We see that he's just like doing, oh my god, he's so funny. I love Gojo so much. Um and then we see it cuts back to Yuta. It says, I'm being thorough. Going through Gojo Sensei's memories one by one. Which I also think is a thing where it's like Yuta doesn't really have the experience to go along with this, where it's like Kenjaku, when he uses this, he has like all of the other users' memories, so he doesn't have to train, right? So he's already gone through everybody's memory, so he knows how to do it. So it's like now we're seeing Yuta, and he's trying to do this in like 5 minutes. So it's like it's tough, honestly.
Like
It's
right now
really tough.
he's probably at like 3 minutes right now. Like this is insane when you think about
Yeah.
it.
So honestly, I think Yuta is doing a crazy good job. But then we see Yuta go in 9 points, polarized light, and
He's gonna purple
yes,
this thing, bro.
he's revving up. Except Sukuna apparently catches him mid thing, punches him in the face, and he just gets thrown through. And it says, "Doesn't he understand why Gojo Satoru was forced to fire off purple in such a roundabout way? I won't give him a single opening to use that move. Sukuna might be wary of me using techniques other than Limitless, but he should also know that I can't use two copy techniques at once. That's why even while using this technique, even within Unlimited Void, the plan is simple." And then it says, "Will work, blue."
Will
And then
work. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
we
Sorry.
see we see Sukuna being here, and we see this recording, and this like recording device come through, and Sukuna's just like, he's finally stopped, and it says, "Don't move."
Bro, that's Inumaki for you, bro.
I'm just gonna finish this off, and it says 9 points, polarized light. This isn't a copy; it's the real thing. Crow and Shomyo, and then we see the gap between within and without. Hollow technique, purple. And Sukuna is completely frozen, and we see Yuta is going to firing off his teacher's ultimate technique. English or Spanish?
Yo, this is
Maybe you
kind of
got something
crazy.
in your nose. Feeling that game when you
But
feel
honestly,
boy.
having Inumaki back in the story is so cool. Honestly, like I really like Inumaki's technique, even though he himself like is deemed weak, like compared to like all the top tiers right now. I think that like using him is smart because like Sukuna doesn't like he doesn't realize that like Yuta was like going to use other people other than himself, because Yuta himself has all of these techniques, so why would he need other people? So it's a good surprise attack when you think about it. um
How about
uh,
you?
so this is yeah, this is kind of crazy.
I love this. I think that they're working within the confines of what Yuta can do with Gojo's body, because very obviously, like, Yuta is on this time crunch. Like, if Yuta had 30 to 40 minutes to go through everything and go through his memories and train up a little bit, this would be a completely different fight, right? Like, if Yuta had an hour to prepare before this, completely different. Even if he had 30 minutes before this, completely different fight. He has 5 minutes total, and used two of them getting to the like about two of them getting to the battlefield, right? So this is like a major time crunch. Yuta is doing phenomenal for being on this crazy time crunch. But it's like this, I think this is a really good thing, the fact that they're bringing back Inumaki, and it's saying, Peter says Inumaki's throat didn't explode shows how weakened Sukuna is. Yes. I agree. The fact that, like, everybody's kind of going in and these curse techniques that probably wouldn't work on him before shows how much damage Sukuna's actually taken. I do like this, though. I think that this is great. I like the fact that everybody's kind of working together and doing these underhanded tactics in order to try to take out Sukuna. I hope this hits. I hope this hits. I hope they don't do this roundabout way where all of a sudden there's, and I think people have already been making the memes, binding vow. All of a sudden Sukuna's like, no curse techniques work on me anymore, and I gave up my left toe, and it's like the binding vow merchant.
I
Um,
give up my left
that's
toe.
every single thing. It's just like Sukuna's like, I give up farting for a week, and all of a sudden I'm God, and it's like, bro. So hopefully
Ah.
I hope this hits. Even if this doesn't hit fully and it only hits partial, take out. I mean, the right side. Take out his right side arms, like completely. Like take it out so that he's really working to keep himself alive, so that we can finally get him out. Like this hollow purple needs to hit. And it should hit. There is no way that this doesn't hit. If it doesn't hit, bad writing. Because there's no way that a don't move, all of a sudden he's going to be able to make a binding vow. He's unable to move. The only thing he can do is think. There is no conceivable way he makes a binding vow in order to do this after he's already made so many binding vows. This has to hit. That's my thing. This has to hit.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is this is Sukuna Kaisen, and the manga cannot end next chapter. So Sukuna, whether he gets hit or not, will survive. That's my take.
He's gonna survive, but he needs to be weakened.
Yeah, we can. I agree. I agree. He
but
needs to be weakened.
The merger also needs to start.
Because at the end of the day, what was the use of YUTA otherwise? You know, like in like not even 2 minutes, this man is gonna be at a commission. We need him to be to not have sacrificing himself to do nothing. Otherwise, like his like this whole gimmick would have been for nothing. We need this. We need this to do something at least.
Yeah, I just really hope that. I mean, like, even if Sukuna is just like, honestly, if Sukuna is taken out of the fight, or like he's so damaged that Yuji is able to just finally get the final blows, and we start the merger, because we still got to get to that, right?
And you know what? I agree. Like I really want the merger to happen. So I've been saying this all over like my social media, where I would say like it's not that I feel drained from this fight. I feel exhausted from it. Is the fact that like we never switch point of views. We are like just like I love Sukuna. Sukuna is my favorite character, y'all. But Sukuna every chapter, the same thing. I just need like something like that's why I want the merger to happen, just so we can get something new happening. Like I need something fresh. Like I'm tired of seeing the same thing all the time. Like I understand this is how the story needs to progress, but at least like switch POVs. Like okay, fine, you don't want to show us Oromi and fucking Hakari, fine, but do something else. Like show us like I don't know, like the merger happening, activating, or like maybe the bodies with the what is her name, I forgot, like the doctor girl. Like I don't know, you know, like just do something, you know. I just need something fresh.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I'm kind of bored watching this over and over again, but I also think that I'm just upset that every time I feel like we're getting an upper hand on Sukuna, something else happens that kind of gets him go.
It's the trope. It's like every time you think that like, oh yeah, we got him. Now we didn't.
And that's my thing. Like, I wish that instead of them doing this, that it was this progressive, like, because obviously he's been injured, right? Like, super, but it's like, I wish that it's like, oh, he gets hit like this, he's injured even more and more and more. And although that's also been happening, it's kind of just like, Sukuna has so much more up his sleeve. He's just toying with everybody, which I don't like. I don't like that regardless of what you're doing to Sukuna, nothing's working when every single person, and Gojo did it, Sukuna. But wait, there's more. And that's basically what's been happening.
Yeah, like if you want to drag the manga, like drag it with like, you know, like for example, Megumi. Like let's say like with Megumi, with the merger, with like some new plot points. But like dragging it just with Sukuna for like 1,000 chapter, I feel like it gets like, you know, like it's just like again, I love Sukuna, guys. It's just like, you know, we get exhausted of it a bit.
Yeah,
you know,
and I think I just need something fresh, and I think that's one of the reasons why I like this month break for JJK, just because I didn't have to see Sukuna beat everybody for like 700,000 chapters. But I mean, otherwise the chapter was pretty good. I like this. Like I said, if the hollow purple does not hit, I will be very upset.
Yeah, we shall see very soon. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. A little stream for you guys for the JJK chapter. It was fun. You know what? You know, I enjoy. You know, as much as I like long chapters, like you know, like the One Piece one, I also enjoyed the small chapter of the JJK, because I feel like, you know, they're short and sweet, filled with action, and like, you know, it's just like it's nice. It's entertaining. This is the battle shonen, right?
I love it. Also, unfortunately, Megumi is like, he's just given up everything. Um
something
but
has to happen with this. I mean, Gege usually write well his male characters, so I would assume he would probably do something with Megami. That
yeah,
would make
unlike
sense for the
Nobra, who
character that,
apparently
yeah,
just dies.
bro. Guys, before we end the stream, I just want to say, like, it's funny because I saw online that apparently Gege said that um like he was making like a sort of charts where he was saying like who is the easiest to draw to who is the hardest to draw for him. Easiest was Gojo, and hardest was Nobara. And then as everybody started questioning themselves, that's why he killed her. He didn't want to draw her anymore. Yeah, bro, if that's the case, bro, if
I'm
that's the case.
actually I'm actually so upset that he like, oh, I always wanted to kill her off in uh what was it again? I can't remember. What's the arc that she died in? Can you remember it now?
Shibuya.
Shibuya. Yeah. I am so mad because I was like, she's clearly not dead, right? Like, there's so much more to her character. It wasn't really
Yeah,
good. She
it's
barely
such
got
a
any
shame.
focus. And like all of these other people do, and I'm like, she's gonna come back. Her curse technique is too good. Like, she'll be the final thing. Seems like that's not the case, right? Seems like all that build up with her was literally just wasted, which in my
Trash.
opinion sucks because he already did that with Junpei. Why even put any like breath into her character? Like the fact that all of the female characters just get shafted, like even Maki, bro. I'm sorry. Maki's character development was incredibly rushed. Maki's character looks cool and was barely used. Like when she fought Sukuna, it was, oh, this is cool, and then like trash, right? And it's like, I'm sorry, bro.
Even Yuki, Yuki had zero closure. Yuki just died, and she wrap it up. Nothing, not even a word.
Super
Word.
bad, bro. And then
I
like
look, I look at that, and I'm like, fam, like, couldn't you have like tried a bit more? I feel like he just doesn't try with his female cast. Like, it's awful. It's literally
yeah, I
awful.
agree. It's actually I'm actually like so sad because I think that a lot of people were like Maki is so cool because she actually got like a scene where she's doing her revenge. But my thing is when you're actually looking at the grand scope of JJK, Maki has been more shafted than any other of the main characters. She
Yeah.
got 3
When you
scenes.
compare.
The sumo wrestler scene was probably one of the I'm still pissed about that. I think she deserves better. I think she deserves so much better. But that's just me. Also, hey, what's up, everybody? Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
But yeah,
that's all I got.
honestly,
That's all I got. I'm just
honestly,
pissed.
honestly, he can still land with Baki if he does it correctly. But otherwise, there's no other, like, the rest. It's like, oh man, I mean, obviously he needs to land with Yuji, Sukuna as well. But yeah, no, honestly, Maki is the last female cast that he can actually do something with her, because he's not gonna do shit with Mei Mei. Let's be honest here.
Mei
Um,
Mei is like, bro, his female cast that's alive
Oh,
right now
uh,
is
I forgot to
okay.
say,
Go say
Peter, the $2 super chat. Sorry, I just saw it. Bumgami needs to lock in. Honestly, he does need to lock in. He
he
do
did
need to
it.
lock in. He do need to lock
Oh,
in.
thank you for your super chat, my friend.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the female characters that are left are actual offender. She needs to go to prison, right? We have we have actually needs to be in jail. Burnt to a crisp side character that is kind of gone. That's it. That's all she wrote. And the doctor that everybody hates because she wasn't sad about Gojo. Even though I'm pretty sure that, like, honestly, super.
She's
We've
devastated for sure.
we've already gone over this. We've already gone
Yeah.
over this. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No,
that's it.
this is awful. Like, female, like, honestly, you know how everybody was like, ah, JJK has a super cool female cast, and it's just like the more the time like went by, the more we like nobody's talking about it anymore. Before, people would like front about it, but now everybody's just like radio silence. It's like, nah, we can't, we cannot be in these conversations anymore. Like, people like, look at the Naruto female cast, or look at the I don't know, One Piece female cast. Like, nah. Jujutsu Kaisen cannot be in this conversation anymore. Like, we thought, but we were wrong. We were very wrong. And also, Peter with the $5 super chat again. Fact that Nobara can strike the soul, and she is gone for good, is a massive fumble. You know
Absolutely.
what? I read a theory online that says that Gege didn't want somebody to be able to do that other than what is his name,
Isadori.
Yuji, because otherwise it would take away from his like shine and the fact that he was special. But
Then don't write a
I think,
character like that.
then yeah, exactly. Why did you create her then? Like, like I feel like if that's really the case, like, at least if you really want her gone to let that other, like, your MC shine, give her a good closure. That's the least you could do, you know?
I'm like there's still like a piece of me that is like Nobra is coming back and he's just trying to fool us, but it's fine, it's
At
whatever.
this point, like, we would need her maybe to help to detach Megumi with, like, Sukuna with the help of Yuji, but I just don't see how she would be incorporated in the story anymore. I just don't see it.
But
Anyways,
that's it. That's all I got.
but it was a fun stream. Thank you guys for tuning in, and yeah. Thank you again. We'll be here for the next chapter and also the One Piece episode that is coming on Saturday. So join the Discord to know when we go live. And I love you guys. Thank you.
Peace, peace.